Hello YouTube, welcome back to my channel, and in this video I'm recording with the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus using the front facing camera. It's a 5 megapixel affair and it can record all the way up to 1080p. This phone is also, by the way, known as Redmi Note 5 globally, whereas in China it's known as the Redmi 5 Plus. There is a Pro version to this phone. It's called the Redmi Note 5 Pro, which comes with Snapdragon 636. The surprising thing on that phone is that you can only record up to 1080p with the back camera on the Note 5 Pro, whereas on the Note 5 or the Redmi 5 Plus, you can record all the way up to 4K, which is quite surprising. It's a decision which often YouTubers and reviewers have mentioned in the videos online, and I'm quite surprised why Xiaomi has taken that decision. But we'll see, maybe in the future update they will give the Note 5 Pro an OTA update, and hopefully the phone will be able to record 4K as well. In this video specifically, however, I'm comparing the front and the back cameras along with my Samsung Galaxy S9, guys, which I recently unboxed last night. And I'm sure those of you who follow me, they must have seen the unboxing on the S9 already. So in a moment, I'm going to switch on to the front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy S9, and I'll compare that against the budget king, the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. So we have a camera battle with the best camera on the planet, with the best budget phone and camera on the planet. Now let's switch over to Samsung Galaxy S9 and see how the camera on that is as compared to the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. Okay, so now over to the front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy S9. It's an 8 megapixel sensor with the same f1.7 aperture that we had last year on the Samsung Galaxy S8, and it still remains one of the best apertures on the market. And the good thing is that the camera can also record all the way up to 2K, which is also very rare in smartphones these days. And the one thing I like about this camera is it's got a wider angle as opposed to the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus, and also at the same time this camera has got autofocusing ability on the front side as well, which is very rare on a front facing camera. So if I was to bring my hand close to the camera, my back hand, my face should be able to blur. So let's have a look and see if that works. There we go, guys. As you can see, it has been able to focus onto my hands and the background has gone blur, which is very nice. And they have one of the best autofocus features on the front camera in the market right now as we speak. I think there are a couple of more cameras which can do that too, but the way Samsung has done it, the implementation is very nice, and the camera is very quick to focus and is able to blur the background very nicely. I'm not too sure how it compares against the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. Obviously I'm recording at the moment, and I'll only find out once I put all these clips in my editing software, and I will see how they come up. But I would rather have you guys decide and leave comments down below and let me know what you think of the front-facing camera of the S9 as opposed to the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. Also, I would like to compare the back cameras as well. So now let's switch on to the back cameras and see how they fare against each other. I'm recording with the back camera on the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus, and like I said to you earlier in the video, it's a 12 megapixel sensor with an f2.2 aperture, and the video quality seems to be decent enough, not too bad. As you can see, once I start moving the device around, I can see a bit of focus hunting, and also the video is a little bit jerking from what I can see. And this is because the camera has got no optical image stabilization, and as a result the video quality is not as good as it should be. But then this is the budget end. Obviously you don't expect everything to come along. So let's do a bit of autofocusing and see how the camera does. So this is my ST, and right now I'm trying to focus onto the gear. It took a few seconds, but eventually I was able to focus, and it's not looking too bad, as you can see, and the background is also being blurred, so not looking that bad. Let's have a look outside as well on the sky and the sun and see how the phone performs here. As you can see, it's looking nice actually, to be honest. For a budget end phone, like I said, it's not too bad. But the budget end market is very competitive these days. As you can see, one problem is very clear here, that the phone often struggles to autofocus, and at the same time also the video is a bit jerky once you start moving the camera around, so it becomes a bit of an issue. Okay, now let's switch on to the Samsung Galaxy S9, and in fact before we do that, let's do a quick thumb test as well, which I often do, guys, in my videos. So let's have a look. Okay, it's not doing it. Let's do it once more. Nope. Okay, let's do the whole hand, and is able to focus the whole hand. The more the surface area, the easier it is for the camera to autofocus, and with thumb, as you can see, now is able to do it. So it's kind of a hit and miss. I call this my thumb test, and if any phone is able to do that quickly, to me it's a superstar phone. Obviously this phone is not a superstar when it comes to autofocusing, being the budget end phone. Okay, now let's move on to the Samsung Galaxy S9's back camera and see how that fares. So now I'm recording with the back camera on the Samsung Galaxy S9. It has the same 12 megapixel sensor from last year. However, this time around they have a variable aperture, so it can go all the way up to f1.5, which is a very wide aperture, or it can go all the way down to f2.4 as well. So it's a variable aperture. But I think in video mode the variable aperture doesn't work. It only works whilst you're taking photos. I'm yet to see any reviewer or YouTuber mentioning about the aperture in videos, but I think from what I can understand, on the video side the aperture is fixed. Once you start recording with 1080p or 4K or 2K or whatever, it will stay fixed. As you can see, the footage on this phone is far more stable as opposed to what we had on the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus, because this model has got an optical image stabilization, so it's a very good 12 megapixel sensor, and this can also record up to 4K, and at 4K 60 FPS as well, which is quite nice. So this phone can record up to 1080p 60 FPS or 4K 60 frames per second, which is quite nice. Okay, so let's have a look here then and see how it is able to capture the image here. As you can see, the color, the contrast is far better than we had on the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus. Okay, so let's have a quick look outside on the sky. As you can see, look at the sun, how clear that is. Despite my eyes unable to look at the sun, but the camera can, and it can easily differentiate between the yellow light and the blue light and the clouds behind on the sky. So very natural looking colors, and the camera is looking very, very nice. Also, let's have a quick look on the auto focusing features. Samsung Galaxy phones are quite well known for this, especially at 1080p 30 fps. They can really autofocus very, very nicely. As you can see, straight away within just a few seconds the phone was able to focus straight away without any issues, as opposed to the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus, which took considerable time to focus on this gear. Okay, so let's bring it here. Let's do another focusing test here. As you can see, straight away is able to focus, and the focusing speeds on the Galaxy S9 are absolutely amazing, same as we had on the S8 from last year. Okay, so now let's do a thumb test and see how that goes. There you go, guys, and it's able to focus on the thumb straight away without any issues. That's why I'm a huge fan of Samsung Galaxy flagship cameras. They also always have absolutely great specs, great hardware, and also a great camera optimizations. So well done to Samsung for giving us once again a very good world-class camera. So guys, this was a quick comparison between the Xiaomi Redmi 5 Plus and the Galaxy S9, both the front and the back cameras. I hope you like this video. If you do, please give it a thumbs up. Any questions, please feel free to ask me in the comment section, and like always, please subscribe as it helps, and I shall see you in the next video.